Miriam, the point is a lie is a lie. It's as simple as that. I just don't think I can trust you anymore. 9 months, like clockwork. Is your girlfriend pregnant? No, I was referring to the relationship. We met online exactly 9 months ago, and now it's over. It just proves my 9-month relationship theorem. Is this one of your father's famous theories? Daddy's theory is 3 months. I've expanded it to 9. No. My 9-month relationship theorem? Okay, so you know how the first 3 months in a relationship feel perfect, right? You say to yourself, I found my soulmate. The honeymoon phase, no? Right. But at 3 months, you really don't know anything about your partner. So you subconsciously fill in what you don't know with what you want the other person to be. They seem perfect, but that's not really them. That's just your fantasy. So by 6 months, you begin to notice strange anomalies. Every once in a while, something is off. You say, wait, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't fit my perfect picture. But you tell yourself, these are just anomalies, blips, strange flukes. No. So by 9 months, you realize that those anomalies, those flukes, are actually permanent parts of the other person. Those flaws are actually here to stay. So that's when the relationship ends. 9 months, like clockwork. You figured it out. I know. You're a genius. I know. You've actually managed to figure out how to remain perpetually single. I know. Wait, what? How can I help it if people have so many issues? You've done such a great job determining what's wrong with everybody else. Now you can be in a beautiful relationship with yourself. Ha, very funny. Look, Mommy, I'm not going to just pretend that Miriam's faults don't exist. That would be phony. You met online, right? Yeah, so? So when you wrote your online profile, you made sure to include your faults as well. Your negativity, your trust issues, your asthma, your fear of bugs. Stop. Of course I didn't include that. That would be ridiculous. Ridiculous or phony? You don't understand, Mommy. Everybody puts their best foot forward when they create their online profile. It's not phony. It's evolving truth. Evolving truth. The purpose of an internet profile, Mommy, is to generate curiosity, to begin a conversation. Eventually, once the relationship develops, they'll discover my faults, and then they'll dump you. Well, no, it's much more nuanced than that, Mommy. By then, they'll have much more information. They'll know all my good qualities, which will outweigh my bad qualities, assuming they remember that you have good qualities. Well, of course. And of course, you're remembering to focus on Miriam's good qualities as well. Right now, I'm a little preoccupied with the fact that she lied to me. And anyway, why are you defending her? I'm just pointing out that you give yourself the benefit of the doubt on your online profile. You might consider getting Miriam's perspective before jumping to conclusions. Well, I asked her why she blatantly lied to me, and she was silent. It sounds like you've already made up your mind. At least I asked her. But if you've made up your mind, then what's the point of asking her? I don't know. I figured I'd give her a chance to make her argument. Maybe she would want to try and save the relationship. Were you trying to save the relationship, or were you just interested in proving to her that you are right? What difference does it make? If you're just trying to prove to her that she's wrong, why would she tell you anything? In her mind, you would just use the information she gives you as ammunition against her. You may be right. You may even win the argument, but you will lose the relationship. And you've deprived yourself of information that can help you. What information are you talking about, and how can it help me? How should I know? I'm not Miriam. Look, Mommy, at the end of the day, all that matters is the truth. I can't ignore the facts. But the truth is more than just one particular set of facts. What would motivate her to lie? You're looking at everybody else except yourself. Me? Are you somehow insinuating that her actions had something to do with me? Well, she wasn't dating me. I really don't think I'm the one with issue here. But don't you see, Hanan? If there's a problem in the relationship, there's a problem with you. You're part of the flawed system. And anyway, the flaws we see in other people are usually our own flaws. That's why we're so good at recognizing them. Whoa. Time out. I didn't lie. I'm not the liar here. Again with a lie. Have you considered the possibility that you might be so critical that people feel they simply don't have any other choice but to lie to you and hope you won't find out? Great. Talk about seeing our own flaws in others. It's interesting that you're pointing out how critical I am. I wonder who I learned to be critical from, Mommy. That's a good point. I mean, why are you on Miriam's side? I'm not on Miriam's side. I don't know what happened, and I don't know if she's right for you. I have no idea what's going to happen with you and Miriam. So what's your point with all this? I just feel that I know Miriam. Of course you know Miriam. We've been dating for 9 months. Hanan, once, a long time ago, before you were born, I lied to your father. What? You see your response? The way you said what? The judgment and anger in your voice? Well, what do you expect? Your father would respond the same way. He looked at everything from his perspective, his history, his experiences. He assumed that I'm doing this to him, that I'm trying to get away with something at his expense, to take advantage of him. Well, what other way is there to see it? There's my perspective, my story, my fear of being rejected, my fear of failure, my history of being so afraid of disappointing other people and myself that I felt I had to lie. Well, how is he supposed to know that? He couldn't. He would need to ask gently, without accusation. He would need to give me the benefit of the doubt. He would need to have the humility to believe that there was another perspective unknown to him, where it all makes sense. And then I would need to feel safe enough to show him my most personal insecurities. But we can't even begin that conversation because he's already made up his mind. He is standing in his shoes, not mine. He sees the life from his perspective and becomes my adversary instead of my partner. Well, he feels hurt. Yeah, so he attacks. He becomes critical of my faults. She lied to me. Well, can't you understand that? Yes, the problem is when you're judging negatively, you just emphasize the faults and fill yourself and the relationship with anger, bitterness, and fear. When you judge negatively, Hanan, people run away from you. You don't learn anything about the other person and certainly not anything about yourself. You lose information and close off any possibilities. Look, I can see your point that it would be helpful to get Miriam's perspective, but I'm not going to let her take advantage of me. But you're assuming that she wants to take advantage of you. You're still looking at it from your perspective. Have you considered that when the person lies, they're hurting themselves the most? When I lied to your father, I betrayed myself. I trapped myself inside of my lie. I guess that just proves you guys were incompatible. But don't you see, Hanan, it's the opposite. We couldn't be more compatible. Your father's anger and defensiveness and your rush to judgment are coming from fear of getting hurt. And my lie also came from a place of fear. We were both acting out of a place of fear. Well, if you're both so afraid, what kind of a relationship is that? I guess it depends on what you do with that fear. Hanan, I don't know what's going to happen with your relationship, but you can gain something regardless if you delay judgment and look for your part in this while hearing her point of view. So I should just ignore the fact that she lied. I can't protect myself. Of course you can and should protect yourself. But if it becomes your primary focus, you might decide that the safest relationship is no relationship at all. So I can't ever criticize her. We all have dirt on us, Hanan. It's what makes us complete human beings. But if there's something that really bothers you about her, something you just can't let go of, look for that quality in yourself before criticizing her. You'll be surprised what you might find. And if you really want someone to take a shower, you say, "You're so beautiful, and I want to see your beauty better." If you say you stink and you're ugly, why should the person take a shower? Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about now. Taking a shower? I'm saying that if you focus on Miriam's positive qualities, on what you love about her, she will focus on that too. And those qualities will actually increase. Are you saying I can change Miriam? You're not changing her. You're shifting your attention towards her strengths and away from her faults. Miriam will then focus on her strengths as well, leading her strengths to increase and her negative qualities to become less. Do they really become less, or is it just that I've changed my focus? I mean, you can't actually change reality. If there's one thing I learned, Hanan, it's that reality is subjective. Reality is based on whose shoes you're standing in and the information you have. Focus on the positive qualities. Give her the benefit of the doubt. Let Miriam know that you see the best in her, not the worst. Ask questions. Keep the conversation going and get as much information as you can. And then, it's like you said before, Hanan. The truth can evolve. You can actually create a new truth together. I don't think that's what I meant when I was referring to evolving truth, but I'm happy to take the credit. And who knows, someday you might even be able to forgive Miriam for the lie, and she might possibly forgive you for leaving out of your internet profiles that you're a critical nudnik. Positive qualities, Mommy. Remember to focus on the positive qualities. All right. Bottom line, I guess this means that at least for now, I'm not breaking up with Miriam. Now let's hope she doesn't break up with you. So much for my 9-month relationship theorem. Wow. I can't wait to go home and take a shower.